Good morning. Welcome to Educator L's Learning Lounge. My name is Lynn. I teach special education in a rural school in Missouri. Today is week 2 of teacher training. It's week 1 for everybody who is returning. The first week was actually for new teachers. So I am new to the school district, so I had to go to the first week of training. And then this week, everyone will be back. So my goal today is to get my room completely ready to go. We are really not going to have a whole lot of time to work in our classrooms this week, so I want to make sure to have my actual physical space ready to go. There are a couple things that I'm going to have to wait on just because of the fact that I'm waiting on stuff that was ordered. So it won't be 100% done, but I'm going to get done as much as I absolutely possibly can today. So today is Monday. We don't have school on Mondays typically. We have a Monday with students about once a month, it looks like, for not every month, but because of the fact that we're a 4-day-a-week school, we do have some Mondays that we have to go to school just to make up for time. Also to kind of have a little bit of a buffer for any kind of snow days. So typically I won't be at school on Mondays, but like I said, there are some Mondays that we go with students, and then once a month we do have a professional development on a Monday. So really that means there's 2 Mondays a month that I will not be at school, will not be required to be here. So this is one of those Mondays, but again, since the professional development for everybody else starts this week on Tuesday, I want to just get everything done that I can get done. So hopefully it will be a productive day. I do have to leave. Right now it's a little bit after 7, and I have to leave around 2 o'clock because I have to take my son to football practice. So I need to make sure that I get done. So I had to set a timer. I had to set an alarm, I guess, to make sure that I left on time so that I can get home and get him back to his football practice. So it's going to be interesting to see what I can get done, but this should be a good chunk of time that I can get things done. So if you have any questions, comments, please let me know, and I'm happy to answer questions about special education. I've been a regular education teacher. If you have a question about moving to a new district or being a new teacher, I can answer those questions as well. So I'm an open book. Just let me know, and I'm happy to answer those, and I will create a new video for that. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and look for my teacher tips, and I try to throw those in every once in a while as I come up with a tip that I usually it's something that I have found and then use in the classroom. So not a whole lot that I just come up with. In education, it's important to beg, steal, and borrow. So if you find something that you like, then make sure that you share it with others, because education is not supposed to be I am the only person, don't make yourself an island. So make sure to share those ideas with people and, use ideas that other people have. One thing that I did that I'm really glad that I did was I walked around our building and I looked at other teachers' classroom setup. Now, obviously, some of them haven't even been in the building yet, as far as the teachers who are not required to be here until tomorrow, but a lot of them actually still had some stuff up on the walls, which makes me excited because I think maybe I don't have to take everything down on the summer. So, or they came up here and worked before, which either way, it's fine. It's whatever. The fact that you can either put stuff up really early or you don't have to take it down. It looked like maybe you don't have to take it down. So, I look forward to being able to prep that early. And so, but anyway, go around and look at other teachers' classrooms. You can see how they, kind of the flow of their classroom, how they have it decorated, what do they have up. My district, I've learned, my principal wants some very specific things on the walls. So if you watched last week's video, that I kind of explained some of the things that we had to have up. So it was neat to see how the different teachers have those items placed, because again, if everybody has to have them, but everybody's not the same. So I do like that. So, but definitely go and check out your colleagues' classrooms. Watch as many videos as you can of classroom setup. I love watching classroom setup videos just because they are just so interesting to me, how people use their space. So please make sure to watch my video of classroom setup as well, and have a great week. And I will keep you posted on how all of our training goes for this week. It looks like it is going to be a very busy week just here at school. And for me personally, we have a lot going on. So there will be a lot going on this week. So don't get stressed, and just chill and do what you got to do. Make a priority list. Use Google Keep if you have the opportunity. And let me tell you, Google Keep is great. Questions about that? Let me know. I love Google Keep. Have a great day. Here is a quick tour of my classroom so far. I got this done my first week. My sweet husband put those up on the wall for me where I asked. He also helped me organize all of these bins. This will be my reset and return area. This has different strategies for them to use. It's got the little cowboy theme up there. These are different things that will go in their binders depending on what they need. I just have them laying out. So I'll show you some of the resources that I have. These, they probably won't get until they need them for those students who need them. So obviously, numbers chart. This one has also stuff with the numbers. This one is ABC, so probably all the kids will get those. Then this is for writing. This one is numbers. Again, most of them will probably get that if they have math with me, just number concepts. Then this one is a multiplication chart, so only those who have started on multiplication. This one is an alphabet chart. Again, I'll probably have both of these charts in those who do really anything with me just for alphabetical order. Then this one is just some math strategies. So anybody who's in here with me with math. This is addition. So again, anybody who's working still on addition, subtraction, facts. This I had here just because I didn't use it over there. I do have some supplies down here. I have some crayons that are left over, some fun scissors, the glue bottles. I have glue sticks with their stuff, but glue bottles are there for if we decide we need bottles. Those are my extra whiteboards, and the erasers. I don't have extra markers, but I think I'll be getting some, so we'll see. Colored paper storage. This is my number line that we have to have up. We have to have to 1 to 120, just so kids remember that we don't stop at 100. I haven't really decided what I'm going to put right here, so we shall see. Here is my calendar area. I do have a birthday chart, but I didn't want to show you the names. Then we have our cafe strategy, and so this is the first time I'll be using this. So this is just a visual for the kids. I'm thinking any other English, language arts, writing, reading, whatever, I'll put over here on this wall. I put up my lights. I'll turn those on here in a bit. And this is again another 120 chart so that kids can see the numbers laid out. I like to use this kind of chart just so that we can talk about, okay, here's the 10s, here's the 5. So when you're counting by 5, 10, when you're skip counting 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, to be able to kind of visualize all of that. Then growth mindset, of course, is important. My board, I was able to get that together and working. We have a Western theme, so that's my cute little cowgirl hat. This is my prize box for when they get at least 10 stickers. I got some pencils, all kinds of fun stuff, so obviously it's very full right now. My cabinet, for some reason I left that open. You can see I have a lot of storage things in there that I haven't decided how or where I'm going to use them. I did clean out this area a little bit, and those drawers are also, one of them is cleared out and the other one still has some curriculum stuff in it. Normally that'll be closed. I have a picture of my friend who was my first mentor teacher, my first year of teaching. So unfortunately she has passed, but I like to keep her beside me, and some of my friends from my former school. This will be an area to keep any information that I need. Of course, gotta have the supply box. I love having it like this. You can see I kind of like my colorful markers, pens. This will be set up for putting any worksheets, whatever work we're working on. My desk is still a hot mess. I've apparently been just throwing stuff on here, so I'll have to get that cleaned up hopefully by the end of tonight. Microwave, fridge. Then again, I have a place for the date. I have a place for the lunch menu. These are stickers that will be reward stickers that they can earn. Decided where I'm going to put those posters. I have the skip counting numbers up here, how to write your numbers, and then the alphabet. This will be our calendar as far as what's going on for the week, just to keep them kind of looking ahead. Last year I had 2 weeks worth, and I had older kids, but I think 1 week worth is fine for right now. I can always expand it out. I have plenty of room to do that if I decide I want to do that. This is our zones of regulation information station. So this talks about the size of the problem, and then I have 2 different zones posters. Obviously you can see I love the ones with the emotions from Inside Out, just because I think they're a great example. But then this one also has some with superheroes, because again, that might help different kids think about what's going on. And of course you can see at the bottom it also kind of gives them some ideas of what they can do. I love the fact that the red says take a break, squeeze back into Bruce Banner, because obviously the Hulk, so, but yes. In my trash, we had pizza. My sweet husband again brought me pizza on Friday night, and we had some pizza and finished up as much stuff as we could before we went home, and it was a late night. So that's my classroom tour from the first week of classes, and from the first week of teacher training. I'm going to try to get as much done today as I can. Right now I am going to prepare, I have some pieces of paper that I have laminated with different colors, and it's going to be my board for students to be able to check in with the zones of regulation. If you're not familiar with the zones of regulation, that's a program just for kids to kind of help identify their feelings. So they have the different colors, green, yellow, blue, and red. So what I'm going to do today is I couldn't figure out how I wanted them to be able to, I want them to, when they come in the door each day, I want them to check in each time they come in and just put where they are on the zone, so that I know, or we having a sad day? Are we ready to go? Are we a little nervous about something? Are we angry? So we'll talk about all the different emotions that you can have with that. And so, but I couldn't figure out, because I'm doing it on a bulletin board, so I knew I couldn't have magnets. I thought about doing putting Velcro dots on the back of them and putting Velcro dots on here. And I thought, then how many Velcro dots do you put on each one? And so what I'm going to try, and hey, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll make another video to update, but I am going to try using the Tack It Over and Over. I'm going to put that on the actual wall stuff that I'm going to put up. And then I'm going to put their name tags and see if I need to put the Tack It Over and Over on those, or if it will work with it just being on the actual paper that they're going to put it on. So this is actually going to be a 2-part video because I have to make their tags still. So this is what I'm preparing. Unfortunately, I do not have a brush, so I'm either going to use my fingers, and I have wipes to wipe off my fingers, or I also did find some popsicle sticks, so I think I might just do it with that. So I would prefer to use a brush. Actually, I would prefer you to use one of the sponge brushes, because I think that would get it a little bit more even, but we're going to see what we're going to do. So follow along with me and see if this teacher tip helps you. Looks like it's already starting to dry, so that's good. I did put a pretty thick coat on here, so it might take a little while for it to dry before I can hang it up. This is what it looks like right now. I'm gonna try something here. Don't know if this would be a good idea. I feel like there was too much on there. So let's see if we can distribute it evenly. This one doesn't look like it's completely dry, so we'll try this technique again. Now this really does feel very tacky, so it's probably about as long as I could do on that. And I want to be careful because I don't want it to come off. Ooh, it's coming off now, so I gotta be careful. All right. Put a little more on this one. Okay, now we'll see how it works. I like to just number things, that way you can use them over and over again for the next year. Some things you do have to go ahead and label as the student's name, but right now I'm going to take our marker boxes and I am going to label them with numbers. Again, it's totally up to you whether you put names, numbers. I just like to use the numbers. This is my teacher tip. So I'm just going to grab my Sharpie. I do have a rainbow color theme in my room just because I think it's pretty. So I don't have orange boxes, so I'm using a gray colored box, and one of them had to be a pink one, a pink sparkly one. So I would like to be able to replace it at some time with orange, but for now this is what we're doing. Also my reds are pink, so it is what it is. So number one. One, I'm going to write that, and then I'm going to also put it on the side, and I'm going to put it on this side as well, just in case we accidentally put something away the wrong way. So red, this gray is going to replace an orange. Again, I can replace it later. and take the sticker off this one. Red, orange, yellow, green is number 4. Number 5. So I did red, orange, yellow, green, blue, so I'm going to start over with red. Number 6. Of course, I'm going to put a line underneath it, especially because it does look like I wrote it upside down compared to how I wrote the rest of them. So I have to change that here real quick. This really hasn't had a chance to dry. Ooh, that's not going to come off. Okay, so teacher tip. See if this will work on this box. Let's get that dry. Expo marker takes off Sharpie. So you got a bonus tip. And sparkly pink. Actually, I'll do the gray for the next one. Red for the next one. So this is number 7. Number 7. And of course we have a tag again.
Okay.